If someone asked me months ago, I would have sworn with my whole chest that I loved her. And I did. At least that's what I kept telling myself. Our routine felt warm, predictable, almost comforting. She'd text me good morning before my alarm even rang, and I'd reply half asleep but smiling. Weekends were spent in cafes, laughing over the same jokes we'd already told each other a dozen times. It was simple, peaceful, and maybe that was the problem, because everything started to shift the moment someone new stepped into my life, or rather, someone familiar stepped too close. Her name was Mara. She was my co-worker, my friend, the person I'd vent to about deadlines and clients who couldn't make up their minds. She laughed too loudly, talked too fast, and had this bad habit of leaning in when she spoke, like she wanted every conversation to feel like a secret. I didn't notice anything at first, or maybe I didn't want to notice. It began with these harmless little moments. Lunch breaks spent a bit too long. Inside jokes that I never mentioned at home. A tap on the shoulder that lingered. Her calling me partner whenever we got assigned to a project together. I kept telling myself it was nothing, that I was loyal, that I knew my limits, that I would never ruin the one stable thing in my life. But the truth? You never really know your limits until you cross them. The turning point came on a night we were both trapped in overtime, the office too quiet and the lights too dim. She sat beside me on the desk, laughing about something stupid our boss said earlier. Her knee brushed mine, accidentally, maybe not, and I felt something I shouldn't have felt, something that made my breath hitch before I could pretend it didn't. She noticed. Of course she did. Mara always noticed. And when she leaned closer and whispered, "You don't have to pretend with me," something in me cracked. That was the moment. The line I stepped over without thinking, without breathing, without remembering the girl who loved me without question. What happened next wasn't some cinematic heat-of-the-moment scene. It was quiet, slow, almost gentle. And that made it worse, because I didn't feel like I was being dragged into temptation. I walked into it. I cheated. With someone I called a friend. With someone who wasn't her, yet felt dangerously easy to fall into. And now I'm sitting with the weight of what I did, feeling it tighten around my chest every time my girlfriend calls me love or asks how my day went. I keep replaying that night in my mind. Not because I want to remember it, but because I can't.